What's going on, guys? CryptoClover here. Wanted to do another update with the privacy coins. I've been spending a lot of time over the last, basically since yesterday. I was going through a bunch of different privacy coins. A lot of them were like smaller market coins, so less than 100 million in market cap. So yesterday I had kind of gone over just briefly over some of the top market cap coins in terms of privacy coins. Now, not all of them necessarily might be considered privacy coins. There's kind of different aspects to that. And, you know, I'm probably not the best in terms of like explaining the different nuances between the different privacy coins. I'm going to be getting into that more and more. Right now, what I was pretty much doing is if it's classified as a privacy coin and I'm going onto their website and I'm seeing privacy or anonymous transactions or anything of that nature, I'm classifying it as a privacy coin, and I'm kind of basically putting them into different categories. And so we had six billion-dollar market cap coins that I'd gone through the other day. Went through a lot of the mid-market coins. And then my stream cut out. It's kind of having some internet issues and some noise issues. I shouldn't have that issue here today. So I have everything loaded up, and so I'm going to go through all of these coins again. My apologies if this is hitting you guys at a late time over in the States. Mainly been just trying to get all of this stuff loaded up so that I can kind of go through this in the right way. And I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm starting to get into doing like a weekly collaboration with like other YouTubers. So I'm doing one right now with Jedi Knight. I'm looking to do one with a few other guys as well. And I think another thing that I'm going to be doing is a weekly series on privacy coins and just kind of going through those and giving you guys some more information, and also kind of giving a little bit of an index for you guys to kind of go through. So if you're looking in the description below, I've loaded up all of the different privacy coins. I've included their website, and I've included a link to CoinMarketCap so you can kind of check the latest trends in terms of their price, where they're being traded, the different exchanges, and some other relevant information. And so you can use that as a reference to kind of go through and give yourself a little bit more information on some of these coins. And so so with that, I think I'm gonna let me check in with the chat here a little bit. Let me pop this out, and I'm gonna go through a lot of these coins. There are some really interesting websites. So Clover wanted to know about the top 3 privacy coins you're excited about. I'm gonna probably say that I'm gonna go with the billion-dollar market cap coins in terms of, you know, where I'm seeing kind of the trends with those. Some of the mid-market coins are interesting. I like Komodo, and that's kind of like maybe a smaller market cap coin. I like Zcash. I think that there's a few others that I'm interested in. I would probably say those two, and let me see here. I would probably say those are the ones that I'm most interested in. I have kind of a working spreadsheet that I'm kind of going through. I would probably say I've been seeing a lot with Pivx as well. So right now, I would say my top 3 would probably be Pivx, Komodo, and Zcash. Those are the ones that I think have got a lot of potential. But I tell you what, there's a lot of these smaller market cap coins that I was kind of looking at today that I think are really interesting. So I'm going to kind of get into those here in a minute. Yeah, it's nice and quiet here. Internet's good. So BCC should be a privacy coin. Maybe at this point they should. I know there's probably going to be a few Bitconnect haters on here. It's probably somewhat expected. So you know, everyone's kind of turning their attention to me. It's unfortunate because, like, you know, this is the way, you know, if this is the way that Bitconnect kind of set this up, they're kind of putting us in the line of fire while they're hiding behind the platform, and that's one thing I don't really like. Talking with some of the other people involved with the platform, they're really upset with that aspect because, right now, like, we're victims in this as well. Like, I lost a ton of money. And people are thinking that I made off with like millions of dollars, which is ridiculous. I hardly made any money in the platform from referrals, and all of that money was kept inside the platform. And so it's unfortunate that things happened the way they did. And I'm doing what I can to make the situation right. Hopefully things improve with that situation. Right now, there's a lot of anger and frustration, and everyone's looking to point the finger. And unfortunately, the people that are online that were previously associated with the platform, that's where the finger is being pointed right now. And it's a little unjust, but it is what it is. So with that, I'm going to get into some of the privacy coins and kind of go through these one by one. Cloak coin, this is one that I've been kind of talking about quite a bit. If you go to their website, they have some interesting things on their website. They had a video on here. Some of these like infographics and things, when you get into some of these websites, all of them are fairly innovative with the way that they've been doing their website. But there's a video on here. I think if you scroll down, it's got, well, I guess there's a video on here. I'll have to take a look a little bit further. And this will be, again, something I'll include in my updates with the privacy coins. But I'm really interested in this one. This is probably, I would say, one that's in my top 10 in terms of privacy coins that I like. Just taking a look at market history here, you're seeing that it's kind of, it really exploded. It hit a peak of almost $10. It was about $10 on June 26th. And had a little bit of market retraction, wasn't a whole lot of volume. Every time that there's a little bit of a surge in volume, you're seeing prices reflect that, and we're seeing it kind of take off here in late December, early January timeframe. It's plateauing a little bit here. In terms of the markets where you're able to pick this up, Bittrex, Livecoin, Cryptopia would be the three main ones. It's also being traded in Upbit. So I like this one. I think that this is a good buy-in price. So this is one that that I'm going to be putting a little bit of money into. Aeon is one that's been around since 2015. Came on the scene about August 2015 or so, and is kind of seeing a pretty gradual rise here. Taking a look at the markets, it's really being traded in Bittrex and HitBTC, primarily Bittrex. Let's take a quick peek at their website. So this one you can see is, it's probably not as interesting of a website to look at as some of the other ones, but there's, they do have a little bit of information in terms of, how they're moving forward with this project. So you guys can take a look at that. Again, I have all these links in the description below. Spectre coin is one that is currently being traded on Cryptopia, Livecoin. So it's good to at least, I like these kind of small market cap coins. I mean, this one is at about 61 million. It's being traded on 2 different exchanges. And so this is one I like. I think once you see it maybe get onto like a 3rd major exchange, you might see a little bit of a surge in pricing. But this one has seen quite a surge in price. It was about 32 cents back in December 11th or so. So basically about a month ago. Now you're seeing it at about $3. So there's been a little bit of surge in volume right here at the beginning of the year. It kind of peaking July 2nd at about $6, and so it's come back down a little bit. So yeah, you guys can take a look at that one. Let's take a quick peek at their website. This one is again, probably not. Some of these ones are. This one seems pretty bland, I guess you could say, in terms of how their website is. But you can download wallets. There's different aspects to getting involved with this. This one's got a roadmap here, so it's a little bit very bland in terms of its visual appeal, I guess you could say. So moving on to the next one, Pura coin. Pura at about a $60 million market cap. This one, again, has kind of taken off here just kind of late in 2017, hitting a peak on August 25th of about $1. It's currently at about 35 cents. And it's been kind of maintaining that price, slowly progressing down in terms of its Bitcoin price. So you might have seen a little bit of the market bottoming out here. If you're looking to pick this one up, Coin Exchange, Qcoin, Cryptopia. So the 3 different exchanges, a little bit of market distribution here. So it's this one is not heavily traded, but you're able to pick it up on a few different exchanges. Moving on to the next one, Deep Onion. This one is being offered in Cryptopia, Qcoin. Taking a look at the charts, we're seeing that hit a peak just about January 10th, so not too long ago, at about 17.50. It's currently at about $8. So it's come and it's retracted a little bit, and part of that's due to the volumes that we're seeing here. So so that's an interesting one. Let's take a quick peek at the website. You can see here this one's a little bit more dynamic in terms of its visual appeal. It's got a video here. You guys can check that out. So a lot of different privacy coins to kind of take a look at and make some of your own personal decisions on which ones you like. I can give you guys a little bit of my perspective, but for the most part, I'm really just trying to do kind of an overall perspective of everything that we're seeing with the privacy coin market. Next one, 4. This one is pretty much only being traded in Cryptopia. Let's take a look at the charts here. It's taken off. It just recently being listed in early November, and was at about 76 cents or so on December 15th. Currently at about $4.20. So this one has some pretty good growth. I kind of like the charting on this. The volumes have kind of tapered out, and so that's probably one of my areas of concern when I'm looking at that. Take a quick peek at their website. I'll check in with the chat a little bit. Yeah, I covered Verge the other day, so that's kind of a larger, mid-market coin, and so that's again, I'm going to kind of start going over some of those, maybe in kind of like a weekly update with privacy coins. I think what I'm going to probably end up doing with this channel is like I'm going to have like a collaboration, with some other YouTubers. I'm going to get into privacy coins. I'm going to get into some other areas. One of the ones I want to get into is like staking, mining. So that's probably another area of focus that I'm going to get into. I haven't really decided if I'm going to get into like, covering some of the lending platforms and some of those. So, I mean, that's been a big trend in 2017. Right now, I'm kind of trying to stay away from those for right now. Another one I want to get into is, perhaps ICOs. There's a few, like a lot of people on my stream were wanting me to cover Token Pay, which is a privacy coin ICO. That one's an interesting one. I think what I would probably rather do is go over the coins that are currently on the market and cover those first before we start getting into ICOs. There's a lot of potential to make money in ICOs, so that is something that there's some potential there. But in terms of what we've seen here, you're putting your money into something like a lending platform, making 1% a day. I mean, I'm going over all of these different coins, and a lot of these, if you had put your money in, a month or 2 months ago, would have, quadrupled, gone up 10x. So these ones have a lot more potential than some of the lending platforms, and that's kind of where I'm seeing the trends with the market right now. I'm looking to potentially just put in like 0.1 Bitcoin into a lot of different privacy coins that I like, and just holding for the majority of the year. I might put like a cap, so like if it shoots up in value, like doubles in value or something, I'll put that in as a market order, just to kind of capture in price points with some of these different coins. But that's kind of where I'm looking at. All right, so moving on, let's take a look at the next one here, Obsidian. kind of like the name. I like the logo here. About 94 cents. Had reached a peak after just coming onto the market October 4th. So the peak was about 93 cents. It was a peak in terms of its Bitcoin price. It really come down, really retracted after that initial pump. And it kind of leveled out right here in kind of late November, early December. And as volumes returned in the beginning of this year, January 10th, January 12th timeframe, you saw again peak in price, and now it's come back down. If you're looking to pick this one up, Cryptopia, hit BTC, C-CEX, so 3 different exchanges, but primarily Cryptopia and hit BTC. Let's take a look at their website. When I was looking at some of these websites the other night, it was really there was a few that are really interesting. So a little bit more of a visual appeal with some videography in the background. You know, so this is what I like to see when I'm coming on to some of these websites, is a little bit more of a visual appeal. It gives me a little bit more faith in the development team behind the project. Quite a few people. You're actually seeing some you know, faces, you know, to put behind this team, this platform. So yeah, that's a quick little peek at that one. Moving on to the next one, Zoin. This one at about $1.70, and this one December 22nd was at looks like 13 cents, and you know, this one has gone up tremendously in value as we saw volumes really peak on January 3rd. Let's see where that volume is. Mainly in Cryptopia and Coin Exchange. Pretty even there, about 50% in each. So that's, you know, I think you're kind of starting to see that as a trend in these smaller market privacy coins, is maybe like 2 exchanges or so that they're being traded on. So that gives a little bit of market liquidity, which is, you know, I like to see that. Yeah, volumes kind of tapered off a little bit here, but it's still holding its price. So that's a good sign. Relatively new coin, but you can see a smaller market cap coin at about 28 million. Looking at the next one, Hush, 31 million, being traded primarily in Cryptopia. So this is just one exchange. So if it's only being traded in one exchange, it's maybe a little bit of, you know, I'd be a little bit cautious. But I tell you what, as soon as like another major exchange offers this, that's, you know, that's going to be a good time to get in, as you might see prices really come up, you know, with this coin. But peaked in June 20th at a price of about 386. Saw it peak in its BTC price, and just here in the last month or so, you know, you were seeing the price at about $1.50 or so, and then it peaked at about 26 bucks. So, you know, again, you know, had you put in, you know, just a little bit of money, you know, you're looking at a $1.50 price, and this one had come up to 26 bucks. So I don't know what the math is on that, but there's that's where I'm seeing a lot more potential in the cryptocurrency market as a whole, is in these privacy coins. This is 2018, I think, with all of the regulatory agencies that are kind of really cracking down on some of these things. I think privacy coins is really where the market is going to be heading, at least for the near future. 31 million market cap. It's being traded, you know, exclusively in Cryptopia. Let's take a quick look at their website. So this one, speak and transact freely. So there's a little bit of a bland website, I guess you'd say. Not a whole lot of, you know, still pretty. You know, you got basically 7 people on the team here. So you know, it's got a little, you know, a little bit here. But yeah, I mean, you know, again, like this is probably a good example, like of I have a little bit more faith in like the development team if I'm seeing a little bit more of like a visual appeal, and not necessarily seeing that. Maybe that's, you know, maybe not the fairest assessment when you're looking at a project or whatnot, but you know, it's only being traded on, you know, one exchange, and so it's still a little bit immature. So it's one to keep an eye on, but maybe not necessarily one that I would get into just yet. Moving on to the next one, Solaris XLR. This one is in KuCoin, Coin Exchange, Crypto Bridge, but primarily KuCoin and Coin Exchange. So you got 2 exchanges it's trading on, about 20 million in its market cap, currently at about 20 bucks or so. It's been on the market here for the majority of 2017 and really started ramping up about December 13th, December 14th. Price was about 2 bucks. So, you know, had you got into this a month ago, you're looking at 10x return on these. And so that's why, like, when I'm looking at a lot of these privacy coins, just diversifying, putting a little bit into all of these projects, and maybe putting a cap, you know, on these. When they do tend to spike in price, you can capture those profits, and you can, you know, have a pretty substantial return on some of these smaller market cap coins. So let's take a quick peek at their website. A little bit bland, but you know, they have a lot of resources here for you to get you know, information, get involved with the project. So, you know, so not too bad. I guess it's got a little bit of a visual appeal here behind it. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but yeah. So moving on to the next one, Stealth Coin. This one is about 66 cents, $18 million market cap. Really peaked back in September 23rd, September 22nd, at about 5 cents or so, and you know, had really kind of leveled out in terms of its BTC price. It's really, you know, came down as less than a penny, and here, you know, just in the last you know, month and a half, saw it really kind of take off right around December 19th or so, right before Christmas. So again, you're kind of seeing a, you know, a trend. You know, a lot of these coins were taking off kind of mid-December, early, you know, January timeframe, and we're having huge returns with what you were seeing. Bittrex, Cryptopia, primarily being traded in Bittrex. So two exchanges. So I like that. Let's take a quick peek at their website. Check in with the chat here a little bit. Anonymous, secure, decentralized. Looks like they're, you know, putting us into a phone app. They're combining this with the Tor browser. So a little bit better in terms of the development on the website here. So it's looking good. A lot of resources here to get involved with this. So this one's looking like a good one. So I think I'll be putting just a little bit into that one as well. So moving on to the next one, Sumo Coin, spelled K-O-I-N. This one, if I remember correctly, is being traded mostly in Asia. Cryptopia, live coin. I think when I look back on this a while back, that's kind of where I was seeing the market. But 580 in terms of its price. Again, what do we see? You know, mid-December, really taken off. So December 19th, we're seeing it about $1, peaking on the 29th at about $11.50, and it's kind of plateaued right there at that price. Volumes have diminished a little bit, so it's consolidated a little bit. But you know, again, I think these are good ones to you know, to put, you know, a little bit in and see where it goes. Let's take a look at the website. Okay. Digital cash for highly confidential transactions, untraceable, private, decentralized. So I like the look of their website. It's looking good. So you guys can take a look at this. See what it says with start exploring. Oh, it's just going to bring you down there. Okay. So there you have it. Moving on. Bulwark. Bulwark at about a $15 million market cap, currently at about $7. And you're seeing quite a bit of volume here in January. Now this one just hit the market December 8th. It looks like at about $1.93 and peaked at about $17 on January 12th. So I mean, substantial rise in price over the last little bit. Let's see where it's trading. Cryptopia primarily 99.5% of the volume is in Cryptopia. So it's consolidated a little bit. Let's take a look at the website. Bulwark. So this is an interesting kind of visual appeal in the background. I mean, I like to see just a little bit of that with some of these websites. Is that gives me a little bit more of an indication that that their marketing is on par. Like I think the thing that is a little bit off-putting is when it's just purely like a developmental team. You can put a really good development team together to put a coin that can hit the market, but if you can't market it, you're going to have some issues with your ROI on these different coins. But this one's looking pretty good. I think I guess my only question with this one is just all of the volume right now is really centered in one exchange. So moving on to the next one, Innova, $8.40, peaked just here recently, January 12th. That January 12th time frame seems to be a reoccurring theme. Some of these smaller market cap coins. This is only a $13 million market cap coin, only being traded in Cryptopia. So that's a little bit worrisome if most of the volume is in just one exchange. It makes it a little bit more susceptible to, say, like pump and dump schemes or whatnot. So it's I like what's going on here. So I like the look and feel. They've got a little bit of a roadmap here. Let's see if we're market expands campaigns. So it looks like they're going to maybe allow it to be included on iOS devices or phone devices. There's Masternodes and things that they've been putting into the works. Bittrex, I plan on listing it on Bittrex here in Q2. So this would be a good one to get into right before the listing on Bittrex because you might see price really come up. So good to take a mental note of that. Let's move on to the next one. Pure, again, one exchange, only 5 million in terms of its market cap. And so what I'm going to do with this list is I'm going to break these down a little bit more. So like, coins that are only being listed in one exchange, kind of very small market cap coins, I'm going to keep those a little bit separate than, say, coins that maybe have a little bit more than like a $10 million market cap and being traded in 2 or 3 different exchanges. And so this is going to be kind of an evolving privacy coin list that I'm going to be working on and kind of indexing for you guys and probably trying to update on a weekly basis. But down 30% today, so it's really retracted. Part of that might be just the lack of volume here in terms of trading. Peaked January 3rd at about $6, so it's down almost 2/3 from about 2 weeks ago or so. So let's see if we can take a quick peek at their website. Nice visual appeal. This seems to be very common, this kind of dot and line kind of mixing visual background that we're seeing on some of these different websites. But you've got Masternodes. So these are some interesting ones to take a look at. I'm going to be getting a little bit more into the Masternodes. I'm still, I guess you could say, a little bit of a noob when it comes to Masternodes. I haven't set one up. I was interested in getting like a Dash Supernode or a Dash Masternode set up, but it was right now I think it's like over $70,000 to set up a Masternode. So it's still a pretty high entry point to get into that. Once I get my computer set up and everything, I'm going to be getting into this a little bit more. And this is a website that I was going to show you guys. This is masternodes.pro. This kind of has a list of all of the different masternodes, ROI, some different pricing, indicators, and some different analytics and statistics on some of these different coins. I'm going to be, a lot of these coins you can see Pure and a few of these other coins. I'm going to be getting into about half of these that are on here. Some of these are a little bit smaller market cap coins, but yeah, this is a good resource for you guys to kind of take a look at. And this is one I'm going to be giving you guys a little bit more information on as we go. Next one, Crave. This is not quite $1 million in terms of its market cap. Really being traded on Crypto Bridge and Trade Satoshi, so it doesn't have very much market distribution. Those are very small exchanges, and so that's a little bit probably a little bit premature for getting into, but allowing this thing to load on the server here. Let's take a look. Deep Onion, yeah, I kind of went into that a little bit before. They just finished their 28th of 50 airdrops. You get 4% every Friday on coins you have with an airdrop address. 50 minimum coins for airdrop. Okay. Has Clover mentioned anything about Bitcoin? So I was talking about that yesterday. That's a $1 billion market cap coin. So that's a large market cap coin. I'm not going over the large ones. Monero is another one. So, some of the large market cap coins, those are a little bit separate than what I'm doing. Clover, you say you want to invest 1 BTC into privacy coins. Give a breakdown on how you'd break that down into privacy coins. So I think one of the things I'm going to be doing is I'm gonna classify like privacy coins completely separate from everything else in the cryptocurrency market. And then when you're looking at the privacy coins, what I'm going to be probably looking at doing is kind of a breakdown on how I personally would invest into the privacy coins. I would be putting, I would probably break it down into like a third, and a third. So you have $6 billion market cap coins that are privacy coins. So I'd probably take maybe a third of the amount that you're willing to invest, and I would break that into those $1 billion market cap coins. Maybe you would have a little bit of a different hierarchy in terms of how you would invest in those $6 billion market cap coins. Then you've got your mid-market coins. Again, some might be a little bit weighted higher than others, and that's going to be kind of an evolving process as I'm kind of getting into learning more about all of these different coins. I mean, there's so many to choose from, as you can kind of see. I think I went over, there was like 16 mid-market coins the other day. There's 40 of these smaller market cap coins I'm going to be going over. So there's, that's probably how I would look at it. I think one of the things is you're really kind of getting into them where you can get into them. So you can get into them, at the exchange level. And I think that probably what I'm going to be looking at first is getting into all of these different coins. Maybe some are weighted higher than others. But the other aspect that I want to look at is establishing masternodes. There's a little bit of an incentive to set up some of these masternodes and pretty much just stake your coins and get a little bit of a return on those different coins and whatnot. So I think initially what I'm going to be looking at doing is investing into the coins at the exchange level, maybe capping different price points in terms of you see a huge surge, because you're seeing that in pretty much every single coin here. I mean, you're seeing at certain times it's just really spiked in price and then come all the way down. So you're kind of seeing these bubbles, pump and dump schemes, if that's how you want to look at them. They're small enough where they can be manipulated in that way, but they're also, some of them are small enough to set up, masternodes, so you can kind of get into them at a little bit of a different level. So yeah, that's kind of where I would say that. Alrighty, so Crave, I kind of went over this a little bit. Let me see. We can take a look at their website. Discover Crave. So 60-second block space. They have an increasing supply, quark hash algorithm. So interesting project. I think this one's still a little bit premature, and part of that is just based on not a whole lot of activity really going on on the exchanges. But again, that January 12th time frame was like a huge spike for the privacy coins as a whole. Part of that was also, I think, if I remember correctly, I think Bitcoin had spiked a little bit during that time. So that's kind of why we were seeing a little bit of a price increase there. Moving on to the next one, Colossus coin. It's a little bit of a larger coin, almost 27 million in terms of its market cap. Again, December, right before Christmas, it was like a very, very low price and has really kind of come up here, peaking at about 2 cents on January 7th or so, but the majority of the volume was right here before the end of the year, December 30th. Taking a look at the markets, Crypto Bridge and Trade Satoshi, so two really smaller exchanges is kind of where this is being traded right now. So that's, but it has a, pretty high market cap considering that it's not really quite, being traded on, in market as much. Taking a look at the website, resource friendly, lightning fast, anonymous. So still kind of it's a little bit of a bland website. This is kind of more of a developer website. It's got a little bit of a video here. I'm going to skip through this a little bit. It kind of talks about it a little bit. So again, that kind of dot bar, something we're kind of seeing is pretty common. All right, moving on. Polis, just recently come onto the market here this year, just January 11th. So this coin is not even 2 weeks old, and about 18 million in its market cap, being traded on Stocks Exchange and SouthX Exchange. I don't really know these exchanges very well, but it has a decent market cap. So let's take a quick peek at their website. But in terms of the price, it's relatively steady. It says here there's quite a bit of volume in trading, but this is kind of interesting. It's kind of following your mouse. So okay, so they're going to be listing this on these exchanges pretty soon. So this would be good to maybe put a little bit into, because I believe that once it's listed on these different exchanges, you might see a little bit of a price explosion. So that would be a good one to kind of get into, before it maybe takes off in price. Take a look at their roadmap. So you can see here it's got some different plans in the works. So moving on, this is the one I'm thinking of. I believe this is it. I was looking at this the other day. Let's see if this is it. Yeah, this is probably the coolest website I've seen of all the privacy coins. Like, this little infograph is awesome. I could look at this all day. I want this as like a, some sort of background thing going on. But yeah, I think that's pretty interesting. Let's take a look at their market and where it's being traded. You've seen it's really kind of taken off here a little bit. Again, December 15th, it was about 13 cents and peaked on January 20th at about 3.25. Currently at about 2.15. So it's come down a little bit. Crypto Bridge and Stocks Exchange is where most of the activity is. So let's take again another look. This is interesting how they kind of set that up. I kind of like that. That's probably the best visual thing that I've seen, at least in my opinion. But yeah, they have this is kind of their roadmap. They're kind of giving you at least some updates on how they're doing. It's listing on more exchanges, so they're planning on in this quarter, listing this on many other exchanges, and they haven't even really got started on that. So this is, I think, would be a good one to get into at a smaller level. Moving on, Force. Force is again pretty new. November 3rd was listed on CoinMarketCap. Looks like there was this huge spike, but I'm not going to really recognize that. It looks like it had peaked January 5th at about 16, 17 cents. Currently at about 5 cents. So a lot of volatility. Again, these are very volatile coins in these smaller markets. Crypto Bridge and Stocks Exchange, these seem to be pretty common with some of these very small market cap privacy coins. So just keep that in mind. I might have to set up an account with some of these just to buy in with some of these coins, as that's really the best place to get in, or the best entry point at this point to get into these coins. Check into the chat a little bit. You should check out Onyx. Yeah, I was looking into Onyx. Onyx is less than $1 million in its market cap. I think it was Crypto and Gaming that you had mentioned that the other day. It looks good. It's just a really small coin, and so that's I would maybe put a little bit in it, like maybe 0.01 Bitcoin. Would be a good thing to put out. Throwing at some of those smaller market cap coins, so you can kind of get in at least a little bit. Let's take a look at Force. So take just a quick peek at their website and a little bit of their roadmap. So you can see the exchanges, Masternodes. I'll give you a little bit of a guide. So giving you a little manual setup. So yeah. So you can kind of go through the website here. Moving on, let's go to Digital Price. This one is a $4 million market cap coin, currently at about 23 cents. Peaked on January 15th, January 13th. Peaked at about 41 cents. So it's currently about half of its price. Now it has some market history. It's been on the market since 2014, it looks like. Let's take a look at the market. Cryptopia, coin exchange. So there's a couple different entry points to get into it. Yeah, just recently, like just taking a look at the volumes here, it looks like it peaked January 7th, January 8th. It had really kind of come up in its volume. Taking a quick peek at their website. Again, this kind of dot and line background, but a little bit more of a roadmap, so you guys can kind of see it here. So that's just a quick peek. Alrighty, moving on to the next one. Arctic coin, 13 cents. It's peaked April 6th at a 22 cent price, April 6th, and that was the peak of its Bitcoin price. Now it's kind of retracted quite a bit, but if you look down here, the volumes have picked up quite a bit, and we're seeing, let's take a look at where it's being traded. Cryptopia, Livecoin, Yobit, C-CEX. So it's being traded on some different markets, 3.3 million in terms of its market cap. Take a quick peek at their website. Arctic coin. So you can just take a little bit of a peek. Let's take a look at exchanges. So yeah, it's going over different exchanges it's offered on. So a little bit of a peek on that. Going on to the next one, VSync, a little bit of a larger one, almost 18 million in its market cap. Again, this one's taken off just here in the new year in January. Taking a look at the market, coin exchange and C-CEX, but 99.85% of the volume in coin exchange. So primarily in one exchange. But again, this is very, very new. And we saw it peak on January 10th at about 27 cents, currently at about 11 cents or so. So take a quick peek at their website. All are all the trolls asleep tonight? I'm going to start a channel and not give out financial advice, but gambling advice. Still go to jail with that angle. Check SafeX privacy. Okay. I love Clover, but gosh, tonight I wish we had all those car horns, etc. It's nice and quiet, so I don't have to worry about. I was checking the video from yesterday. Like I felt like I was shouting into the laptop to try to you know, project my voice and whatnot. I thought maybe you guys were having a harder time hearing me than the way it turned up on the video, because it was super loud in there yesterday. I mean, this big group of Vietnamese came in and they just started just blowing up the place, and they were just so loud. And it didn't really show up on the audio on the video. And part of that is the microphone I'm using is a little bit. It really just picks up volume that's kind of close by. So the microphone is pretty good at doing that. But it was super loud in there. And then I went outside, and then I dealing with all the buses and car horns and scooters and whatnot. And then of course the internet dropped. So it is what it is. Again, the dot line background. So they've got countdown here, 1 day, 14 hours, so they're doing something here. The site is currently under construction, but we're working hard to create a new and fresh design. Okay, so I guess that's what this is it, and they redirect you to Bitcoin Talk. So moving on, Amsterdam coin. This is one. It looks like it was being offered by the the Netherlands government. It was kind of the way I was seeing it, but it's like a privacy coin. But you can take a look here. This is the cryptocurrency of Amsterdam is how they're branding this. But it is a privacy coin. It has it's being offered on these different exchanges. Let's take a look at the market. Coin Exchange and Yobit. So it was listed in a few other exchanges there. So Nova Exchange and Crypto DAO. So I guess the red here maybe is meaning that it's not listed as yet. But 98% in Coin Exchange, 1.4 million in terms of its market cap. Peaked its Bitcoin price on May 1st, so it's been around quite a while. This is August 2015 is when it first showed up on Coin Exchange. And let's take a look at just the last little bit here. Again, this trend. Right before Christmas, it had very like half a penny price roughly, and then peaked at about 5 cents or so. Now it's down to just a little bit below 3 cents. So it's an interesting one. You guys can kind of take a look at. Moving on to the next one, GoByte, $30. It's down quite a bit today, about 8.5%. Taking a look at the market, Cryptopia, Coin Exchange, Stock Exchange, most of that's in Cryptopia, almost 19 million in terms of its market cap. Taking a look at the again, right before Christmas, this was about less than 20 bucks, and peaked at about what was that, $83 on January 14th. So it went up about 4x in less than a month, and currently it's kind of come down a little bit. But most of that volume in Cryptopia, but might be an interesting one to get into. Take a peek at their website. Again, this dot line, it's kind of pushing it away with the mouse, so it kind of goes away. Huh. Interesting how they do that. So a little bit of information here. They've got their roadmap. So a little bit of some statistics, tutorials. So there you have it. Moving on. Monoisi. I think this is a coin of like Monaco. You know, again, right around Christmas. You know, this was right before Christmas, was 67 cents, and peaked at about 13, a little less than 13 bucks. Currently, you know, less than $7. But all the volume here, you can see, is really pretty much just you know, in January. In terms of its market, Cryptopia coin exchange, but you know, 95.86% in Cryptopia. Let's take a look at their website. So you can see the cryptocurrency for Monaco. So it's coin specific to Monaco. You're kind of seeing the same thing with like that Amsterdam coin. But you can see a little bit of their development team. At least they're showing their faces, whatnot, like people that are associated with the project. But yeah, so a little bit of information there. Moving on, next one, Linda coin. This one, you know, exploded in January. December 29th was a super low price, and peaked at about a penny on January 11th, and it's kind of retracted a little bit. Where is that volume? Coin exchange, Cryptopia, Yobit, C-CEX. This one's a little bit larger, 22.6 million in its market cap. So, so there's a little bit of some information there. Taking a look at their website. A little bit bland, but Yobit, Cryptopia, you can see the exchanges it's offered on, some of the features. So yeah, so there we have it. Moving on to the next one, got Eternity, ENT. You can see this one was offered pretty much right in December 2016, so it's been on the market a little over a year. You know, $1.9 million market cap, so just a little bit under 2 million. And most of that activity is in Livecoin. A little bit in Trade Satoshi and Yobit, but pretty much most of it's in Livecoin. Let's take a look at their website. Sorry to divert from the subject, but do you think that trading BCC to BTC could increase the value, jumpstart things, like if we all branded together to build the value, etc.? Yeah, you know, I've been hearing some talks about, you know, since, you know, yeah, BCC is really just retracted in terms of its market cap, that it might be a little bit more susceptible to pump and dump schemes. I know a couple people that are trying to organize some things like that to at least kind of maybe cash in on some, you know, to kind of do some different things. There's some huge holders of BCC out there, and most of that's in the Asian communities, India, Vietnam, Korea, Indonesia, China, Japan. So I don't know. It's hard to say, but the you know, the price is so low right now, and it's just, there's so much uncertainty. I think you're seeing a lot of people picking it up for like $10 and throwing it in the ICO for, you know, at least to get the $150 valuation. You're getting a 15x return to put it into the ICO. You know, I don't know. It's just, you know, I think it's it's just too uncertain in terms of, you know, where that market's going. I'm trying to kind of get out of it a little bit. I'm going to be just kind of focusing on some other things. The thing about BCC, and I think things that people have to really, you know, kind of understand, is it's really out of your control. I mean, you can trade it, you can try some different things if you want, and, you know, maybe you can try to kind of flip it and you can do some different things. But I mean, as you've seen with a lot of these coins that I've gone over, there might be a better opportunity to get into some of these privacy coins and do the same thing. So these ones at least have a little bit, you know, they don't have the negative press that's behind them, all the negativity. So that's, you know, it's just something to consider, because there's so many uncertainties behind what's going on, with that coin, with that platform, with the exchange that they're putting out. It's really hard to say, like, where that's going to happen. But anyways, here you can see, take a look, just a quick peek at Eternity. You can see a little bit of information here, a little bit bland, but they're going to be listing this on quite a few places to kind of pick it up. So they're trying to add some different ways to get into this. I haven't heard of this mega Krypton. So there you have it. Moving on, let's take a look at Foodie Cash. Just a little bit less than a dollar. Most of the activity we've seen here is just recently, and peaking January 7th at about, or January 6th at about 291 in terms of its price. So it's gone down about about a third in price, but you saw just a huge spike in volume. Where's that trading? Cryptopia, and primarily in Cryptopia, like 99.9% is in one exchange. 4.4 and $1 million market cap coin. So yeah, that's Footy Cash. Oh, okay. So this is like a fantasy sports coin. This is the first one I've really seen like this. It's a privacy coin that's in fantasy sports. So they have a niche that they're going after, and some of those ones might be a little bit better. If they're maybe specific into kind of what they're getting into. So there's Masternodes. They have the dark send feature to make things anonymous. They're making it available for mobile apps. So, but the website still seems fairly bland. It's still in beta form in terms of its website. So it's still a little premature, but there might be some opportunity there. Moving on to the next one, Lux Coin. This one about 25 bucks, 23.8 million in its market cap. Again, what is the trend we're seeing? This is, right at the beginning of the year. It was about $8-9 bucks, and peaked on January 12th at about $47. I mean, this was a dollar on November 27th. So if this one is, gone up 50 fold in, a month and a half. So that's again, like, kind of where I'm showing you guys is, like, if you're looking at the market as a whole, there's so much more opportunity, in some of these than say some of the lending platforms, which have been, huge in 2017. I think the privacy coin market is just going to be ripe with opportunity. Let's take a look at where this is trading. Only one exchange though, Cryptopia. So it is doing $500,000 in trading. So there is some activity going on. Interesting, background here. Lux Core. So they got the website looks good. They got a roadmap here. Roadmaps seem to be pretty popular. So you can see it's hitting all their marks in terms of, like, what they were planning on the last quarter, and you're seeing, kind of where they're moving into the future here, and kind of where their plans are. So yeah, those are most of the coins that I kind of wanted to go over. There was a few others that I could kind of get into. But those are all of those coins I have listed below in terms of the small market cap privacy coins. So you have to kind of look below. I put in the mid-market coins above. I went over those yesterday. These were all the small market cap coins. They're less than 100 million. And you can see that a lot of these coins are less than like 30 million. So I think what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to, again, further kind of separate some of the coins in terms of their market cap and where they're being traded, in terms of, like, how many exchanges are being traded on and whatnot. And I'm going to make kind of like different classifications, and I think that I'm going to try to use that as an index for you guys to to take a look at some of these different coins, see where you can go and pick some up on some of the different exchanges, and just throw a little bit at it and just hold. If you want to get into doing some Masternodes, there's certainly an opportunity there, and that's one I didn't really get a chance to go over. If you take a look down below, I did have some small market cap dash fork privacy coins with Masternodes. So there's Transfer Coin, Crown, Exclusive, Monetary Unit, Bitsend, and Chaincoin. These are all dash forks that have different entry points in terms of getting into a Masternode. So I'm going to be getting into those a little bit. Some of the ones that I'm going to call them micro market cap privacy coins, so less than $1 million in their market cap. And 3 of the ones I was looking at were Flax Coin, Onyx, and Phantom X. And there's also some of the ICO privacy coins, and so the big one that I was kind of looking at was Token Pay. And so this is, like I've mentioned here, I'm going to be updating this list. I'm going to be kind of like making a good index for you guys to kind of like give you guys some options to diversify into some of these privacy coins, and that's where I'm seeing a lot of opportunity. So taking one Bitcoin and spreading it out over all of these different privacy coins, there's the ability to really do pretty well in these markets, and we're still. This is, you saw almost all of those coins had really exploded in terms of volume, market cap, the price was all really in January, kind of like, mid-January, right before Christmas into January, kind of peaking January 12th to 14th or so. It's kind of retracted a little bit. Part of that's just, the overall market. I mean, let's take a look at the market. Let me refresh this a little bit. So the Bitcoin's been kind of fluctuating a little bit. The dominance, trading volume's been roughly between 30 and 35%, kind of bouncing in that area. Let's take a look at the take a look at the volume. Or I guess we should do this a little bit differently. Let's take a look at the 33% in Bitcoin, Ethereum holding pretty high. 12% Tether. So usually when Tether's pretty high, it's the market is kind of seeing a little bit of uncertainty. Ripple trading is up. Looks like that's the top cryptocurrency pair being traded. Oh no, okay. EOS. It would be EOS in BitHome. So EOS it's been trading pretty heavy. So there's it's been a lot of activity in Korea with that one. Let's take a look at BitHome. Yeah, #1 cryptocurrency pair along with Ripple. Those two are the top 2 being traded. And you can kind of see that it's a limited market in terms of what's being offered there, but there's a lot of activity. But in terms of the rankings of the exchanges, BitHome's 3rd. And you're seeing Upbit and Binance, but those 2 are offering a lot more cryptocurrency pairs, and so there's a lot more trading, overall in terms of what we're seeing. But trading volumes are still fairly low, so we're seeing, 3 billion in trading between these different exchanges. OKEX has been holding pretty high. It's been in the top 5 here for the last month or 2. Bitfinex, Huobi, Bittrex, Kraken, GDAX, and HitBTC kind of rounding out these top exchanges. So taking a look at the Bitcoin dominance, again, like we saw a peak of 65% Bitcoin trading on December 7th. And let's see if I can zoom in here. Oh, it's not going to let me do it. Come on, there we go. So yeah, you can see that Bitcoin dominance has really been coming down, as this white line is all of the other coins combined. So you're seeing a lot more market distribution into some of the other alt currencies, and along with Ethereum has really been holding pretty high as well. about 18 to 19% of the trading volume here lately. Ripple has really been trending down. It really just kind of peaked and exploded there towards the end of the year. Seeing some massive gains, but it's really kind of corrected and has been coming down quite a bit. But yeah, let me check in with the chat and see anything else you guys wanted me to chat about before I kind of get out here. Bro coin. Yeah, it's a Chinese New Year's also, so they're not playing in crypto so much right now. I think there's a lot of the Chinese New Year is a huge like there's a lot of spending going on. There's a lot of people spending money, buying things for other people. It's still kind of a phenomenon I'm still kind of learning about. It's huge here in Vietnam. Even though Vietnam, I wouldn't say there's a particularly large Chinese population here, but it's still pretty heavily celebrated. I'm going around the city. It's hard to miss. There's several areas where they're kind of celebrating that quite a bit here. China has just they control a lot of different markets in a lot of different ways, and you really see that coming out here in Asia. Like I was out in Singapore and Malaysia, and there's a much larger Chinese population out there, and it was much bigger. Like it was just everywhere. It's like imagine Christmas in the U.S., but it's just got its own phenomenon out in Asia. So I would say that the Asian cultures celebrate the Chinese New Year much more than Christmas. They still celebrate Christmas, but the Chinese New Year is the big one for them. Smart Cash is a mid-market coin. So I kind of covered that a little bit yesterday. Well, I guess I didn't cover that yesterday, but I added that to the list in terms of the mid-market coins. I like it. It's but it's over $100 million market cap. So I have that listed in the description below. But yeah, that one actually looks like a really good one. I'm torn between investing in Z Classic or Zencash. Yeah, two mid-market coins, over 100 million in terms of their market cap. I think both of them are pretty good. I mean, it might be good to just kind of split it up. I mean, I think the market distribution is going to be like kind of diversifying is I think where I'm seeing the most opportunity. So. Populous. So I'm not really going to look at Populous because it's not necessarily a privacy coin the way I understand it. I mean, I guess you could almost make just about anything a privacy coin through, through some of the ways that you're able to transact it. But what I'm trying to make this is, if the coin itself is considered a privacy coin, that's going to be kind of including on this list, and that's where I'm going to be having that kind of classified, I guess you could say. Yellow Ducky, what's going on? Yeah, Verge is a good one. Verge is a mid-market coin, so that was kind of it's a larger coin. So these are some of the smaller coins. It's kind of what I'm going into. If you go into the dark web, you will see which privacy coin is banging. Yeah, I don't know much about the dark web. I'm gonna look a little bit more into that. I think that there's that's a whole other world. I guess you can start to get into. Yeah, EOS right now is a top cryptocurrency pair being traded, as you can see here. $1 billion in trading in BitHome alone. But you can see the total trading is 1.4 billion. So that's like about 60% of EOS's trading is in one exchange. Because you can see the next one is like Bitfinex. It's not even 100 million in trading. So, but it is still kind of like in their like ICO phase where you can like, I mean they're still like. Take a look at their website. I mean, they're going to be going into the summer in terms of like the token distribution here. So current distribution ends. So there's, I've heard a lot of good things about EOS. Essentially, kind of like the kind of the saying is it's like Ethereum on steroids. So I don't know how true that is, but it seems like an interesting one. I mean, for me, like I'm more interested in ROI, and EOS has been performing pretty well. Let's take a look at EOS. Yeah, I mean like early November. Look at this. It really bottomed out at about 50 cents, just late October or so, and peaked. Well, let's see if I can get this just right. Peaked at roughly about 16, 17 bucks on January 12th. So that January 12th time frame is kind of an interesting one, but you can see this progressive line coming up. So again, if you had invested in this a couple of months ago, you're looking at like 30x gains roughly at about the $15 price point. Right now it's 14.50. So I feel like there's just more opportunity of just really kind of monitoring the markets and trading and getting into some of these smaller market cap coins as opposed to relying on, say, a lending platform to get some of these returns. And it's just the only thing that worries, it's a little bit worrisome, is just all of the trading, 70% is in one exchange. So EOS is backed by a huge team. All right, guys. I think I'm going to stay on. I've been on about an hour, a little over an hour. So I think I'll stay on here for another couple of minutes, maybe answer a few more questions, and then get off for the day. And let me know if you guys have any topics you want me to cover for tomorrow. I spent the last 2 days kind of going over privacy coins. I'd probably like to switch gears and maybe get into maybe something else. The staking coins, like all of the different coins that you can stake, that's kind of an area of interest I'm kind of looking at. But Crypto J making a good response video is now okay. Yeah, I mean I was working with him a little bit. He's he's just like everyone else. He's pissed, and he's talking to a few of these guys and he's trying to get some answers, and so he's I'm with him. I'm trying to work with him. We all have the same goal. And for those of you guys that are on, if you guys could leave me a like, I'd appreciate it. Kind of helps support this channel, helps me get more views on my page. So appreciate you guys' support. Can you do Hive? I haven't heard of Hive. Let me take a look at that one. $70 million. It's market cap, it's like that January 12th, between January 12th, January 14th time frame is where we saw, a lot of, just a peak with a lot of the cryptocurrency markets as a whole. Being traded hits BTC and Livecoin primarily, but yeah, I mean, you're seeing 84% of the volume in hits BTC. So, but let's take a look at their website. Hive is a competitor to Populous. Okay. Your auditor, risk management, and liquidity broker on the same platform. Okay. Some accounting. And kind of an accounting platform. If your concern is ROI, Clover, you need to focus on ICOs. Yeah, there's so much information to kind of absorb on ICOs, and it's hard to know. I mean, they're just it's such a volatile market. But that's, I guess, one I should probably be looking into a little bit more. It's like, where do you start with ICOs? There's not really. It's just such an open market. I mean, anyone can start an ICO, and that's I guess the issue or the problem that I've got with it. But I wanted to spend maybe like do that as again, like another series or something like I would do weekly, where I'd kind of get into different ICOs and whatnot. One that I did want to look into and kind of give you guys some more information on is Millennium, as I'm kind of involved with that project. Those are some of the guys I'm working with in California, so I'm looking to get more involved with that project, especially now with that things aren't really going anywhere with Bitconnect in terms of what I'm seeing, or even if it's something I want to continue to associate myself with. So we'll see. But what are you doing on the daily in Vietnam? So I wake up every day and I go for a run. I've been out here and just trying to get in better shape. I'm trying to get into a routine and eating a little bit healthier. And then I've been spending a lot of time on my laptop right now, just kind of going over like different things. I haven't had the time to really sit down and focus on work and really investigating all of these different platforms and things. So I'm setting up a trading office here, trading floor, and I'm going to be working with some of the more technically advanced people in the Vietnamese community. There's a lot of guys that are interested in working with me and kind of getting involved with what I'm doing. They're actually really excited, so I think it's going to be a good collaboration. That's kind of what I'm looking at doing. I've been looking at maybe hiring some help. I've been talking with a few guys. Like, the thing about it is, like, you can hire some people here, and I can't remember what the dong like equivalent is, but it's like you can hire people for like $4 an hour. So like I can hire help like super cheap here, and like $4 an hour is actually like a living wage here in Vietnam. That's actually a decent pay. So I can hire more help, and I can have more people involved with the project. May not be the high level technical people that I need for what it is I'm trying to get involved with, but I can start to at least develop some teams and develop some people underneath me, and so that's something I'm looking at, working at. ICO in 10 days, Masternodes and privacy. See Michael Weber's video from earlier today. Okay, I'll give that a watch. Thank you, some Alaska guy. Yeah, $4. Yeah. Yeah, Philippines VA often was like $2 to $3 an hour. Yeah, like Philippines is even cheaper. Like, and I do have some contacts out in the Philippines, so I'm thinking I can, I could have some resources or some offices out there. Like the guy I was working with in Singapore, he's got some teams of people in the Philippines, and he's got an office out there in Cebu, and yeah, like you can hire really cheaply out in some of these different countries. So a lot of opportunity for sure. Clover, when you go live with a podcast with Jedi Knight again, I think we're going to schedule that for February 1st. So I think we were going to talk about doing that bi-weekly, so like every 2 weeks. And so the 2-week time frame would be February 1st. So I'll have to confirm with him again. I know he's still kind of, kind of a little bit in, shock with everything that's happened. He just quit his job. He's, you know, he's got some family things going on, and you know, this whole thing was just not very good timing for him. And of course, he's also been attacked quite a bit with his involvement. So I'll get involved with him. I'm trying to get him, you know, more involved in cryptocurrency, you know, in general. So you know, I want to see him doing well. So I think that would be a good collaboration. So I'll reach out. If I need to make an announcement, I'll do that. I'm gonna try. So we had the live stream last time on his channel. So we were talking about going back and forth. So this week it would be on my channel, and I just got to set that up. I haven't done it before, so I'll have to figure that all out. And then you know, since I'm doing that bi-weekly, I think one of the things I want to do is in between that week that I'm not doing it. So I think we have that scheduled for like a Wednesday, which is like a Tuesday in the U.S. Wanted to collab with another YouTuber and kind of do that on a weekly basis. So every week I'm talking, collaborating with another person. So it's not just like me, you know, talking to the computer, and so forth. Set something up, Clover, where we can give you help, advice, tips. Yeah, I need to get more into like creating a community. I mean, one of the things I have seen is some of the guys that set up communities that were specific to Bitconnect. Now those have turned into like, you know, just venting channels, I guess you could say. So I set up a Facebook group that didn't really go over very well, and I didn't really like where that was going. I was I was setting up like a Discord channel, and then I never really kind of got into that and promoting that. There's Telegram, there's Slack, which I just recently kind of got into. There's a couple of different avenues. There's TeamViewer. There's a few other ones where you can do some collaborative things. And I was also maybe interested in doing my own in-house community online where people can connect and exchange ideas and whatnot. So I'm interested in kind of getting that going again. I mean, right now Discord seems like the you know, the best option in terms of creating a channel for people that are involved with my community to kind of work together. So I'll be doing what I can to kind of get something like that going for you guys. Hey Clover, you can collab with me any day of the week. All right, man. Discord is good, easy to moderate and control. You don't want TeamViewer hacker heavy. I didn't know that. Thanks, Robert Watson. I guess you know, if it was just exclusive for maybe like collaborative efforts or something, might be good. But yeah, any privacy lending coins? Not that I know of. I sent you the game-winning plan in your email. Okay, I'll have to check my email. I know I'm behind on some of my emails. I've got a bunch of people I got to get back to. Social wallet. Social wallet. Pre-sale. Looks like it's kind of like an ICO, still in like ICO phase. Is where I'm seeing it. So it's a wire token. Is it listed on CoinMarketCap here? No, not listed on CoinMarketCap yet. So yeah, so it'd be like an ICO one. So I think what I need to do is start creating like a list of like ICOs to kind of get into and get, you know, get involved with. And also for those of you guys that are still on my stream, if you have questions or things you want me to cover, things like that, leave it in the comment section below. I had a great comment on my last video the other day. Let me see if I can pull that up. Let's see here. Oh, crap. Well, anyways, I'm not going to be able to pull that up. So, anyways, there was I forget the guy that left me that, but there was a great comment. A guy had left a bunch of privacy coins for me to look into. So, I'm still kind of getting into that list. But those were a lot of ones that I went over today. About half of them were ones that were off of that list that he gave me. So. So that helps if you guys can kind of send me some comments or things like that, or even send it to me privately in an email. You know, I'll do my best to kind of get into that. You have to look at socialwallet.io for the ICO. Also Storm, see Max Kaiser interview with their COO earlier today on RT. Okay. Michael Weber covered Social Wallet today. Okay. He's doing some good work then. I got to check out some of the videos he's been putting out. Dropple. I think someone had mentioned that before. Pre-sale. Drop token. Pre-sale ends February 7th, so another ICO. Anonymous investing to the cryptocurrency world. Okay. So this would be another like privacy coin ICO. So like the only one I really have right now is the token pay. So I'll add this to the list. Thank you. Thank you, Baby Baller. Glenn and Roy Murphy. It would be an interesting live stream. They need a Clover coin. Yeah, I was talking to my buddy, you know, about my buddy in California. I was like, hey, I want to do my own coin. And he's like, done. Like I'll create it for you. So I was like, awesome. So I got to revisit that conversation. Oops. Clover coin ICO. Yeah. Clover privacy coin. All right, guys. I've been on quite a long time, so I think I'm going to call this a stream. So yeah, again, leave some comments in the section below, and see if there's some things, you know, again, you guys want me to cover. I'll do my best to kind of cover those. I'll maybe getting a little bit more into ICOs. So if you guys kind of, you know, I know some of you, there's been a lot of people that want my opinions on ICOs, have been kind of dropping comments like, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? So I just, you know, I haven't had a chance to kind of look into them, but I'll start building a list and getting into that a little bit more. And I'll probably do that as like a weekly thing where I'll start getting a little bit more into the ICO market. So, so yeah, so that's kind of where I'm kind of moving. But appreciate you guys staying online. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.